Hi guys! I'm Janet from World Anvil and we're going to talk about our new maps release, Maps 2.0. There are so many cool features to use. You can add layers, make your own pin images, and draw out your characters or party's journeys. And in this video, we're going to show you how it all works. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more World Anvil tutorials. And remember, if you have questions, stick them in the comments below, or you can ask us on our Discord. You can find links for that in the doobly-doo below. Alright, let's get started. Creating a map is exactly as it was before. Hit the pink Create Map button and upload the new map image you want. Remember to fill out the title, and you can add a description and any tags you want too. Maps 2.0 allows you to choose the initial zoom and the initial focus point of your map. The exact centre of this image isn't the most interesting part, so instead I want to show the highest part of the map and start a bit more zoomed in. I also don't want people to be able to zoom all the way into the map. The Maps 2.0 update allows you to choose the maximum and minimum zoom size for your maps. We're going to go to the configuration page of the map and scroll down to the options for initial zoom level, minimum and maximum allowed zoom, and the initial centre point on the X and Y axis. For those, I'm going to choose -2 for the initial zoom, -3 for the minimum zoom level, and, because I don't want people to be able to see all the secret detail, I'll set maximum to -1. Let's set the initial centre points as 2307 on both X and Y axis. Now you can see that the map starts in a much better place. You can zoom out to see the whole map, and you can't zoom all the way in anymore. We already had the ability to create a legend or key for your map. That appears on the bottom left. In this version of maps, we're also adding a compass rose, an image that appears on the bottom right of the map. Caeora has drawn us some amazing compass roses which are free to use, so make sure you check out those on our blog, links in the doobly-doo. Start by uploading the compass rose as an image to your world. Add a title, and remember to credit the artist. Wow, isn't that gorgeous? Once it's uploaded, go back to the map you want to add it to, scroll down to the compass rose image section, and choose the image you want. Now you can see the compass rose on the bottom right of the map. It'll remain static as you move around the map and always help you find your way. In Maps 2.0, we've added 3 more types of markers. First, let's check out the pin marker, similar to the previous version. You can drag the pin around, add a pin type, a title, and a description. You can also add a link to an article, location, organisation, or historical entry. And check out that new pin design! Isn't it gorgeous? The next marker we've added is the label marker. That's completely new. Drag the pin around, add a label text, that's in the second tab along, you can choose for it to be a pop-up or a direct link. And let's say that it goes to the related map of Leithen. Now you can see it's created a label tag, not a pinhead. And if you click on it, it'll show the direct link to the Leithen map. Next, let's talk about circles and polygons, another totally new feature. They allow you to define active areas or highlight locations on your map. Let's start by making a circle. It's in the third tab of the Appearance section. We'll give it a radius of 150 pixels. You can define the outline and the fill, both in colour and opacity. We're going to do something very simple. You can add a colour like red, or a hexadecimal colour code, in which case, remember to add a hash sign in the front. Let's put 50% opacity for both outline and fill. Now you can see there's a red circle marker in the map. Great for pointing out inhabitation areas or areas of interest for your players or readers. Let's move on to the polygon. We're going back to the third tab under the Appearance section. I'm going to click the checkbox under Polygon Points. This will allow me, every time I move my pin to a new location, to create a point of the polygon. So I'll put my pin here, and here, and here, and here, and maybe a few more. La la la, la 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 la, la la la. La, 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 la. And if you scroll down to the Polygon Points field, you can see that's already created points for your polygon corners. Now you can define the outline and fill the colour. Ours is going to be black and blue. let's add an outline opacity of 50 again, and 20% fill opacity. Haha! There, you can see we've created a polygon. And again, you can add links and a title to this in the usual way on the form below. The final marker we've introduced is the line. Go to the fourth appearance tab, and you can use the same system on the checkbox to create points on your line by moving about the pin. Lines could be a way to create borders on a map, trade routes, migration routes, or just to mark out the journey of your character or party. So let's move this line out of the mountain city and over the bridge. Click, click, click. And let's go through the forest to the edge of the map. There we go. Now, we're going to set the line colour to be red, and we'll set it to 3 pixels wide. So, the dash array is a way for you to create a dashed line. If you want a solid line, just leave it blank. The first number defines the length of the line in pixels, and the second one, the length of the break in pixels. So 7 space 7 means 7 pixels drawn, and then a gap of 7 pixels. And I could continue. For example, 5 and 5, to create 7 pixels of line, 7 pixels of gap, 5 pixels of line, 5 pixels of gap. And then it'll start again from the beginning. You can see there's a very slight variation in the line, although 2 pixels different is barely visible, but you get the idea. For our next trick, we'll be adding a layer to the map. Layers are super cool. They allow you to create a multi-layer map which can show different information. For example, different floors of a structure, a DMs only map. For this demo, I'll just use a coloured version of the same map. In the Layer tab, upload your layer image, add a title and description, and save it. You can now see that you can flip between the base and coloured version of the map with the panel on the top right of the image. Another really cool feature we've added is the ability to add marker groups. These are a way for you to connect different markers and different layers into a single entity. So to do this, we'll create a new marker group. Let's call it Dungeon Master's Notes. And of course, let's make it private and save. Currently the layer is empty, so let's add some stuff. I can edit a marker and change where it belongs. Under the Organisation and Access section of a marker, you can define the marker group. So let's add this one to Dungeon Master Notes. Now, I can go to the coloured layer we uploaded, I'm going to rename it DM Overlay, and define it as only accessible to the marker group Dungeon Master Notes. This means that the map doesn't appear to have an additional layer, but when I click on the Dungeon Master Notes marker group, ta-da! You can now see the other overlay. Your players won't even know it's there. One of the other new features in Maps 2.0, which I'm super excited about, is the ability to create your own pins. Demetrius has already created some, but I'm going to show you how to create your own. First, upload a new image of your desired pin in the image section. I'm going to create a new pin called Red Shield. So let's upload the image and give it a title, and of course, save. I'll put a link in the doobly-doo about how to get the initial files for these. Once you've done that, go to your Creators Studio and press the pink Create a New Map Pin button. Fill in the form and select your image. The anchor point is the focal point of the pin, where it attaches to the map. For circular pins, that'll be the centre of the circle, while for pins with a point, it's the pointy bit. The pop-up point defines where the pop-up menu appears from on your pin image. And behold! You can see our new Red Shield pin at the bottom of this list. Now, let's head back to our map. We can put our new pin right here. And we can find our new pin image in the drop-down menu. Let's give it a title, something epic, and some description. And let's put it in the Dungeon Master Notes marker group we created. If we go to the Dungeon Master Notes marker group, the map will skip to the other layer and we can now see our beautiful new pin. Haha, isn't it awesome? You could create dragons, towers, bananas, or whatever other pins you fancy. Simple, right? If this video has been helpful, then give us a like, and if you want to keep up with new features, announcements and more, then subscribe to our channel. Just to remind you, there's a link in the doobly-doo for a written guide on the new maps features, and that's part of the World Anvil Codex. You can find loads of help there, and also from our amazing community on Discord. Alright guys, you know what to do. Now grab your hammer, and go world build!